Hi. So my name is O'Shea, and what I'm hoping to be able to do here is to help your career in sales a little bit. What I'm offering is a way to try and take the stress out of your life within within your sales, help you to enjoy what you're doing, have fun at work a little bit, and because of that, make a little bit more money. Now, my approach that I'm going to be taking here is that by looking at who you are, how you approach your days. Uh, I can hopefully show you some ways to increase your confidence, your comfort, boost your energy level, maximize your sales, help you to make a little bit more money easier because of the increase of simplicity, ease of motion, and that natural flow that you might not have thought was going to be a possible attainable within your sales process. Just a quick little note about how I came to be interested in this stuff. Last job I had, I was looking around the sales floor, and it really occurred to me that the stress level was a real killer. And at the end of the day, the life of sales is you're only as good as the last 4 months that you had, and it doesn't matter if you're a rock star, but if you haven't produced for me lately, then see ya, we'll hit the road, and that can be a really tough road to hoe. So. Um, I was on kind of the back end of one of those experiences where my life had gotten a lot easier because I felt like I really had keyed into some stuff that really took the stress away of um, what my sales life looked like. And for me, what that had turned into was I was a lot more at home in my skin, which led me to have better conversations with my people, which led me to more sales because I was having better conversations with my people, which led to less stress, which led to being easier in my skin and better conversations, so on and so forth. So it was a good kind of a cycle. Um, and then I was looking around at the people that I was working with, and there was a fairly stark contrast of what they were feeling, and it really seemed as though they were kind of crispy critters out there, and the high stress, the kind of the typical thing that for better or for worse, most of us have felt at some stage in the game within our sales lives. Um, and so that kind of really keyed into, I think that this might be useful information for people. There is a better way, and maybe I can help folks get to that point where they can experience it for themselves. So my approach, I'm a complete and total free agent. I can shoot as straight as I want to because, as you see, I'm trying to keep this as casual as possible. I got to wear a t-shirt, and I'll do my best to keep my language as clean as possible. But for me, it's important to be able to one, have fun doing this because I really enjoy talking about this kind of stuff. In doing so, I'm going to try and focus on the stuff that's important, not majors and minors. And so I'm not going to give you high production value and such, but really try and focus on the value of what I'm trying to impart. And the reason I like being able to do that is because we're all salespeople by a living, and we all kind of smell BS for a living and know how to be able to pick up when somebody's asking me to drink some Kool-Aid that I don't want to drink. And so that's kind of the part that I really enjoy about being able to take this approach. That being said, a little bit of a word about me. I've been around for 13 some odd years selling B2B, B2C, big businesses, small businesses I worked for, selling products, services, kind of the range. Um, and and frankly, I've been in no shortages of places where I've had a tremendous amount of stress at work. And if you're in sales of any sort, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I've always been very good at what I do, but there was a time in my life where I felt like that was costing me dearly to be able to produce the stuff that I was able to produce. So, the money I made was feeling like in the past it had cost me a piece of my soul, and I was kind of on the losing end of that deal. I was using a ridiculous amount of energy to get, energy and stress to be productive. I got to the point where I kind of dreaded the life that I had fashioned for myself. I burnt myself to a crisp. And frankly, I had just stopped working. It's not like I didn't know what it took to be successful. I knew exactly how it was to function well. But the way I was doing it just wasn't working for me anymore. It was costing too much on the backside. So the money I was making didn't even come close to paying for what I felt like it was costing me to make that money. So, I did this over and over again. It seemed like the most I could last within a job before I had burnt myself out was a couple, 3 years. And I was always doing really, really well. I was always considered, poster child for success and so on and so forth. But, I was killing myself by degrees, and I kind of knew that. So, what happened to me then is I had one of those game-changing events happen to me, within the, happens to folks all the time within the course of their lives. And it had the effect of completely shifting my perspective around. And what I know now, kind of looking back in hindsight, was that it was that perspective that had changed everything for me. The event itself, and what actually precipitated that change in perspective was actually kind of secondary to the actual perspective itself that had been inducted by the change. I said that kind of backwards, but so over time, what was able to become of that shift was I was able to become more and more detached from the outcome. I grew to the point where I was able to sell more and more because of it with less and less effort. It kind of did get to the point of ridiculousness where, the less I stressed, the more I sold. It felt like the less effort I put in. I was still putting in the hours. It's just that it wasn't owning me anymore. And it also kind of got to the point where my coworkers were thinking, man, this dude's got to be getting all the good leads or something, because it can't be that simple. It can't be as easy as he's making it look. And frankly, I kind of felt bad in a way because I was making it look easy because it got to the point where it really was kind of easy. But again, what I discovered was that it was this internal shift that was making all the difference. And the more I developed it, the more I came to understand that what I was doing was not unique and available to all. The more at home I got with being able to be as productive as I was without it costing me so much. And it's one of those deals where it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple stuff. Not necessarily easy, but it's fairly simple. And in some ways, I kind of felt like a chump for not having done it sooner than I did. But you can't do it until you're ready for it, right? So how does this relate to you? If you're seeing this, the way I believe is then there's a really, really good chance that you're ready to hear this now. There's no accidents. You're seeing this video included. So what I'm hoping to offer is some help in having that own internal shift happen within you as well. That shift can have massive effects on helping you to not only, of course, make more money, but also the way in which the results occur, making that natural and easy flow be really part of the process, and not just kind of apply some cheesy technique that's going to disappear the minute that you stop using the technique, but really trying to shift some internal stuff that doesn't disappear. So if this stuff sounds like it's going to be of interest to you, Karma of Sales is my website. My name's O'Shea. The next step is to either shoot me an email to info@karmaofsales.com or go to my website, karmaofsales.com, and there you'll see another link that you can take a look at a video that's going to be in a little bit more in depth, where I'll talk a little bit more detail about kind of the plan of action and what I'm offering, all that kind of good stuff. So thanks so much for taking the time. We'll see you on the other side. Again, my name's O'Shea. That's info@karmaofsales.com or just karmaofsales.com, and you can see what you want to see there. Thanks for taking the time. We'll see you.